The first thing the man does after rebirth is personally hand over the arrogant princess to the rebels as a so-called welcome gift, because in his last life the rebels attacked. The princess refused to evacuate. She was waiting for her perfect lover out there. The man panicked and knocked her out to drag her away. Next day her lover was captured by the rebels and ended on the spot. After that the princess shut down completely. To make her smile again, the man led his soldiers through brutal battles. In just 3 years the rebels were wiped out. When he returned to the capital with 100,000 loyal troops, the princess gave one cold order. All 100,000 soldiers were buried alive. The man had his arms and legs shattered, hung on the city gate under the sun for 3 days. She blamed him for causing her lover death back then. To atone for that loss, she dragged the man down with her. The man watched helplessly as brothers who fought beside him were wiped out. Only then did he finally understand. All his loyalty and sacrifice were just offerings for the man she loved. Before dying he made a silent vow. If he got another life he would never save this ungrateful traitor again. When he opened his eyes he was back on the day the rebels attacked. Several strategists were desperately urging the princess to evacuate. She still refused to agree. Everyone turned to look at the man. They waited for him to forcefully take the princess away. The man let out a cold laugh. He agreed with the princess on the spot. He said her lover was a pillar of the nation. Leaving him behind was unacceptable. The princess was thrilled hearing this. Seeing how understanding the man was, she promised to marry him once they returned to the capital. The man answered with another cold smile. His thoughts drift back 10 years. He was once the heir of the northern prince estate, engaged to the princess at 15. From that day on he gave her everything she wanted. He foolishly believed they would grow old together. Then 3 years ago she met that man. Everything changed. That man was once his study companion. The princess pitied his low birth. She secretly credited his military achievements to that man. She even let him pocket army funds, leaving 100,000 soldiers starving in the field. The man thought love could slowly bring her back. Only at the very end did he realize some hearts never warm up. The princess he swore to protect left him hanging on the city wall for days. Yet the rebel empress he fought against died shielding his body from endless arrows. Thinking of this he summoned his generals to the main tent. To avoid repeating his last life, he issued a direct military order. When the rebels arrive tomorrow, no one is allowed to fight back. This time he will open the gates himself. The soldiers burst with emotion. They had waited 10 years for this moment. Since the old prince passed away, the emperor had been watching the northern army closely. Rather than being discarded in the end, they would choose a new ruler. The man later inspected the camp. He unexpectedly saw a subordinate being punished because there was no meat left in camp. The princess tried to please that man. She secretly killed his warhorse for his meal. The soldier tried to stop it. He was stripped of rank and punished. The man was furious hearing this. That warhorse was his father's last gift. For years that horse charged into life and death with him. More than once it saved his life. The man sprinted straight to the mess hall. The moment he stepped inside, he saw the warhorse lying on the ground. His heart shattered on the spot. The princess looked at him and mocked him as childish, laughing at him for crying over an animal. The man suddenly burst into laughter. He once thought about sparing her life. Now he knew someone like her did not deserve to live. At that moment a maid rushed in to report, saying that man had returned to camp. The princess instantly ditched him and ran off to welcome her favorite. After the man buried the warhorse and returned, he saw the princess full of concern, hovering over that man. Seeing the moment was right, he handed the command seal to his men, telling them to prepare separately. The allied forces were about to enter the city. The soldiers quickly moved out. That scene instantly sparked jealousy. That man warned him to know his place, claiming he was the princess' appointed general, calling the man just a nobody soldier, with no right to command the army. To teach him a lesson, that man staged a fall and hit the ground on purpose. His cries quickly drew the princess inside. She exploded with anger, ordering the man to kneel and apologize immediately. The man answered with a cold laugh. He kicked that man straight to the ground, then grabbed a stool and smashed it down hard. The princess screamed about disrespect.